It was nighttime. A dim yellow bulb glowed in the corner of the old hostel room. The ticking of the wall clock and the distant barking of dogs outside made the silence even heavier.
Emily lay wrapped in her blanket, eyes closed, waiting for sleep to come. But suddenly, she felt like someone was awake. She slowly opened her eyes. Sophie was not on her bed. She was sitting on the floor in front of the mirror, hair loose, eyes deep, and breathing heavy. She was staring into her reflection like she was seeing a stranger. Half asleep, Emily whispered, "Sophie? Still not sleeping?" Without turning, Sophie said quietly, "Emily, do I look like me? Am I still me?" Emily chuckled softly. "Don't be silly. Of course you're you. Now go to sleep." But Sophie didn't respond. She just kept staring into the mirror, as if searching for someone behind her own eyes. As Emily was about to close her eyes again, "That's not me." Emily sat up, startled. For a brief moment, her own reflection in the mirror had vanished. Sophie softly said, "Some people, they get trapped in mirrors, Emily, and they never come back." It all started a month ago. A speeding car skidded off the road and slammed into a tree. It flipped and crashed horribly. Sophie's best friend died on the spot, and Sophie, her body was barely breathing, unconscious, motionless. When the rescue team arrived, they assumed the worst. She didn't make it. But then suddenly, Sophie's eyes opened. Her lifeless body moved. The doctors were stunned. She was dead for a few minutes, and then something pulled her back, forcefully. When Sophie woke up, she didn't speak. She didn't recognize anyone. She just kept staring at the ceiling, as if something was watching through her eyes. A few days later, she returned to university, but something had changed. Emily noticed it quickly that Sophie's memory was fading. She started forgetting everything: her mum's number, her room number, even her favorite food. When asked, she would just reply, "These memories, they don't feel like mine." Emily once heard her mumbling in strange, ancient-sounding words, as if the voice wasn't hers and the language didn't belong to this time at all. Sophie avoided all reflections. She refused to turn on her front camera. She said, "When I look in the mirror, I see someone else, someone staring at me from my own eyes." One night, Emily secretly recorded a video. Sophie was lying awake, eyes wide, staring at the ceiling, but in the video, her eyes were completely white, her face half burned. In real life, she looked normal, only the video showed that terrifying version. That same night, Sophie had a terrifying dream. She found herself in a rotting, dark room. The walls were stained with blood, messages written, "Your body is mine now." On the ground, a burnt corpse of a girl, eyes wide open, face scorched. Sophie screamed. It was the same face she always saw in the mirror. Suddenly an old, dusty mirror appeared in the room. She looked into it and saw not herself, but that burned girl again. White eyes, twisted grin, and then a whisper echoed through the room. "I see you, Sophie. Even if you wake up, nothing will change." Sophie jolted awake, gasping. Emily rushed in. "Another nightmare," Sophie whispered. "She's inside me now." The next morning, Sophie turned on her front camera. She stared at her reflection, and suddenly her eyes turned pitch black. Her face began to twist. From the phone speaker, a deep voice echoed, "You can't come back. This body is mine now." Sophie screamed. Her phone fell to the floor.
The screen cracked.
Sophie sat quietly in front of the mirror. She ran a wooden brush slowly through her short brown hair, over and over again. The same motion, calm and controlled. The room was too quiet. The light above flickered gently, casting long, soft shadows on the walls. Something about the silence felt heavy. She smiled slightly, but the smile didn't reach her eyes. It was cold, empty. Behind her, the door creaked open. Emily stepped into the room. "Sophie?" she called softly. No answer. Sophie kept brushing her hair, her gaze locked on the mirror.
Emily walked closer, uneasy. "Are you okay? You've been here for so long." Still no answer. Only the soft sound of brushing. Then Emily looked at the mirror and froze. There were two reflections in the glass. Sophie's, as expected, but also Emily's. Emily blinked, confused. She wasn't standing in front of the mirror. She was off to the side. And yet, her reflection was trapped inside. Emily's reflection looked terrified. It was pounding on the inside of the glass, eyes wide with panic, mouth open in a silent scream. The real Emily stared in shock. She stepped back, her heart racing. What was this? In the mirror, Emily's reflection kept screaming, kept banging on the glass like it was a prison wall. Her palms left fog marks on the inside. Then, Sophie's reflection slowly turned her head toward the trapped Emily. Her smile grew wider, darker. Sophie in real life was still calmly brushing her hair. But her reflection, it wasn't the same anymore. It looked off, slightly more pale, eyes darker, smile sharper. And then, that reflection leaned forward, almost like it was whispering directly to Emily's trapped soul. The mirror doesn't lie, but what it shows isn't always real. Emily screamed again, but no sound escaped, only silence. Outside the mirror, the room was quiet. Only the soft brush strokes could be heard. And in the mirror, two girls remained. One screaming, one smiling. Sophie sat calmly in front of the glass, alone. Or maybe not.